The American Amateur Racquetball Association presents the Echelon U.S. Junior Olympic National Championships. We're in Dallas, Texas, the downtown YMCA, where over 600 kids have come to compete, ages 5 through 18, for over 24 national single and doubles championship titles. Hi, everybody. We're all set for some great competition. I'm Lee Felsmo with the #1 professional player in the world, Lynn Adams. And Lynn, when you look at this week full of competition, these kids are really getting better each and every year.
They are so inspiring for me personally to come down here and watch the high skill level, the intense competition level, and just the good camaraderie among the kids. They are so calm in how they approach things. There's not yelling and screaming and ranting and raving, which sometimes you see in the adult section. And I love coming here. It juices me up and gets me ready to go for my season.
Well, we've got two great finals tonight. The boys 18 and under will be coming up a little bit later, but first the girls 18 and under, and this matchup is very intense. Let's take a look at how the finalists got to this game.
Well, Alcova is smoothing along. She's feeling pretty confident. She's 16 in the 18 and under finals, so she knows she has some years left, and I don't think she's feeling lots of pressure, although her mom said she's having tummy troubles and having problems sleeping, so she's a competitive girl. And
that's, of course, Alcova Icenogle.
And Renee Lockey is feeling tons of pressure. She has looked extremely tight in the matches that I've watched her. She puts a lot of self-induced pressure on herself. She really wants to win. This is her last year of playing. Both matches she's gone tiebreaker and struggled.
Okay, well, let's take a look and give you a chance to meet Alcova Icenogle. She's the #1 seed. She's only 16 years old. She bypassed the 16 and under. She's very tough, and she has her own thoughts on how she got this far in the competition.
First round, I played Lee Campbell from Texas, and I got a bye, and so I was in the quarters.
Of course, unless they're overturned by both line judges.
I won that one by just playing
my game. If you both hold up to the screen, all allowed.
And then second round, which was semis for me, I played Amy Melville from Minnesota, and I won that one, and she wasn't playing that well. She was a little slow on her feet, and so I just passed her and played smart, and I won that one. And now I get to play Renee, and I think I just have to play my game, and I think it's going to be really hard for in between rallies when they stop the play for a while. I think we're both going to have to adjust to that, and if we can adjust to that, I think we'll have a good match, and I'll play my best and see if I win, I win. If I don't, I don't.
And of course, she's going against the #3 seed, Renee Lockey, and she's from Costa Mesa, California.
I only had 2 matches in the finals in this tournament. My first match, my quarterfinal match, was against Amy Kilbane from Ohio. That match, just like my semifinal match, won a tiebreaker. She beat me the first game, and I rallied back at the end of the second game to win it and took the tiebreaker pretty easily. I think I won that game mostly on hard serves and some endurance in that match. My semifinal match was just about the same way. I had a slow first game. Second game, I came back and won 15-1, tiebreaker 11-2. And I think it was good serves and some strong defensive shots keeping my opponent in the back court. Today I play Alcova Icenogle. We've played twice, 2 or 3 times before. We're evenly matched. I think it'll be a tough match today. I'm going to have to start out stronger than I did, hopefully take the first game, keep my strong serves in, mix it up, and hustle around that court and cover the shots.
Okay, Lynn, Renee Lockey very much ready for combat. You can see the scars of competition already. She's wearing that bandage on her chin. What do you think the critical element of this finals is?
They both like to play a shooting game style. I think it's going to be whoever is more mentally in control of themselves, can breathe and take their shots and not worry about the pressure situation.
Okay, they're going for the championship. We'll have it all when we come back. Stay with us. We're back back at the downtown YMCA in Dallas, Texas. That is Renee Lockey getting ready to serve to Elkova Icenogle. Lee Belsmo along with Lynn Adams. Lynn, take us through the basic rules of this finals competition.
Pretty simple. 2 games to 15. You have to win by 1. You can only score when you're serving. And if there is a tiebreaker situation, it goes to 11 points. And again, you have to win it by 1.
Okay, of course, then the bottom line is you have to win by 2. Drew Kachik, right there, will be the referee for this finals competition. He's a member of the U.S. team, 3rd in singles in Houston just 1 month ago. Okay, all set for action. And again, winning the toss, Renee Lockey, and she'll be serving in white to Elkova Icenogle, both from California. And if you look at Renee there, Lynn, a very good friend of yours, actually, a personal friend.
Yes, I have known Renee since she was about 12 years old, and she came to a couple of my camps. And she came out to California to go to school, and she ended up as my roommate.
Second
So
serve.
I know
So you
her
know her
well.
well. And, but interestingly enough, as you and I talked about it, you really don't get into the racquetball with her.
No, I have enough problems taking care of my own racquetball, so she's on her own.
Her first serve was short. Second serve, a lob serve, and that's where we are. No points scored yet. Girls 18 and under championship, and side out for Elkova Icenogle.
It was a long first rally. That's pretty common when you've got some nerves going there and you hit high, and it's good to sweat it out when you start.
Elkova Icenogle with her first serve.
Point.
And a point. So the first point of the game for Elkova Icenogle. Only 16 years old, eligible to play in the 16 and unders. And Lynn, really quite a nice statement of her ability that she bypassed the 16s to go right to the 18s.
Well, when you're competitive, which she is, she's been playing for quite a while, and she has won several gold medals already in some of the other divisions.
0-1.
You want to play with competition. You don't play just to win. Winning is not the ultimate goal here. It's to play tough matches and to get better and really be pushed.
Point.
Point for Renee Lockey. And she opened up this first game with a serve. It was a side out. Elkova scored first, and so now it is 1-1 with Renee getting her first point.
Good shot.
That backhand right down the wall. Point 2 for Renee. How important would this be for Renee, who's really been fighting from behind a lot of her matches coming into this game, to get that early lead?
Oh, it is crucial for her because she has had problems just in breathing alone. At 1-0, she's already starting to suck air in some of her other matches. So her goal is to just go out and hit through the ball and play 2 out of control to start with, because she needs to go overboard and not being tentative like she was in her earlier games.
Got 3 straight points. So Renee Lockey, after losing the very first attempt at her serve to get points, Elkova Icenogle got 1 point, but since then it's been 3 straight for Renee Lockey. And she stays up there and commands that box, but a nice shot by Icenogle gets the ball back. She'll be serving 1-3. The number 1 seed.
Point.
And a very quick point there.
First ace.
2 serving 3.
2 serving 3.
Replay, call the hinder before you hit your shot.
Hinder call, so she'll get that one again, serving 2-3.
2-3.
That was a good call by the ref. There's a lot of times when the players can't see the ball, they roll it out, and they wish that the ref hadn't seen the hinder.
Skip ball, point.
Point for Elkova Icenogle, 3-3. And there she lays one out beautifully. That was well placed, and that's the kind of shot I guess we'll see more of as they get loose.
I think so. Ooh, very pretty. Nice kill shot right down the right forehand side. There's the same shot. Renee says, "Well, take that. If you can do it, so can I."
And she gets it right back. And with the score 4 for Elkova Icenogle, it'll be Renee Lockey serving 3-2-4. Good look at Renee Lockey right there. She's wearing that bandage on her chin. You know the specific...
She was playing Heather Dunn yesterday in the semifinals, and on a follow-through, Heather was hitting a backhand, and on her follow-through got Renee in the chin. And she bled. I have never seen so much blood out of such a little wound. She went through a couple shirts and had all these bandages all over.
Side out.
Side out. Back to Elkova Icenogle. And the rallies, so there's the chin right there. Let's take a look at this last point. Icenogle gets it back.
Good cross-court pass. Really sets up the setup right there. Does the same shot. Renee's leaning to the left, thinking she's going to go down the line to her backhand.
And Elkova really positioning that ball beautifully, so it just comes rolling right out from the front wall. She'll be serving 4-3.
Whenever you get up in the front court like that, it's always really your best strategic shot to go straight down the line.
Elkova scores. It'll be 5, serving 3. Elkova Icenogle in the red. Renee Lockey in the white shirt.
Oops.
Skip ball. Side out. Goes back to Renee Lockey. She'll be serving down 3-5. Lee Felsmo along with Lynn Adams, the #1 professional player in the world for women. And Lynn, when you were this age, 15, 16, were you playing this competitively?
I didn't even know what racquetball was when I was 15 or 16. I started when I was 19. So I was a little bit older than all these kids. I never played in the junior program.
What a benefit for these kids to come through and be competitive and playing in tough pressure competitions at this early age.
There are so many players that have gone through the junior program that have ended up in the top ranks of the pros. So it's a real good feeder program.
A lot of defensive lob and a very long rally.
Side out.
Oh my goodness, I thought maybe that hit the back wall crack or something, but I guess Renee hit herself with the ball.
So a long rally goes to Elkova Icenogle on that point. She's in red.
She gets the setup, and Renee hits a cross-court pass. I think this is the one where she tries an overhead drive and misses it really bad. We can't see it on the replay, but it hit her foot. She couldn't get her foot out of the way.
So she's had her chances, Renee Lockey has, but not really hitting the forehand accurately to get that ball low in the front wall.
No, she's leaving a lot of balls up.
Point for Elkova Icenogle in the red. She's the #1 seed, 16 years old, and serving now, winning or leading 7-3.
Ooh, another skip by. Good call, Renee. Take a timeout.
So leading 8-3, Elkova Icenogle starts to take control of Renee Lockey, and Renee Lockey in the white calls her first timeout. And as they go to a break, we will too. 7-3 to score. The #1 seed Elkova Icenogle winning or leading at least in the game 1 competition. We'll be back. We're back in Dallas, the downtown YMCA. Lee Felsmo along with the #1 women's player in the world, Lynn Adams. And we're watching two of the younger stars in this country junior Olympic competition. Elkova Icenogle in red, Renee Lockey in the white. The winner of this game qualifies for participation in the 1990 Olympic Festival in Minneapolis. We'll talk more about that later, but right now Elkova is really taking over, Lynn.
Renee is, this is what we went back to earlier, that it's going to be who's more in control of themselves mentally. And Renee's just putting up all sorts of unforced errors. She's had many opportunities, although that one was a nice shot, a nice clean pinch in the corner on her setup there. So see if Renee can turn it around in her brain more than anything else.
So a side out, ball goes back to Renee Lockey. She has not had an effective serve since way back when she led 3-1. She needs points badly, down 3-8.
Point.
Gets one there.
That's what you want to play, is 3-shot racquetball. You hit the serve, you get the return, and you put it away.
And she really placed that ball much more accurately. She was down there about 2-3 inches off the ball, off the bottom floor rather. Defensive lob.
ceiling ball.
Another long rally. The last one was won by
Oh, no.
Alcova.
Point. Excuse me, side out.
And Alcova takes that one. It'll be a side out. She gets the ball back.
That was actually a pretty sloppy rally there. Hitting it back into the back wall. There's all sorts of opportunities for both players to score. There's one for Renee. She doesn't quite make it.
Hitting it about 3 feet up from the floor, and of course that is just not going to get you points. Side out. 8-4 the score.
Point.
Another
Alcova
ace.
Icenogle. Another ace, so she's 9-4.
That's 2 of them, I think.
9 serving 4.
9 serving 4. Renee Lockey badly needing to get the serve back.
Side out.
There she does. Side out.
Pinch into the corner. Cut that crack.
4
Renee Lockey
serving 9.
will now serve. Renee Lockey from Costa Mesa, California. Beat Amy Kilbane and Heather Dunn to get this far. And she went 3 games. She went to a tiebreaker in the semifinal. Lost the first game of the semifinal, 4-15, then won 15-1, 11-2.
It's that same situation, just like now, where she's so tight, she can't really hit her shots and just struggles. There we go.
Put that one away.
With authority.
She sure did.
Renee Lockey gets her 5th point. So she is serving 5-9.
Here's a little bit of the action of the last point.
Yeah.
Just drills into the corner. Beautifully done.
I know Renee pretty well, so I know in her brain she's probably saying, enough of this, I'm going for it now. She's probably very frustrated with herself.
Serving 5-9. Since her timeout, they have swapped points. So it's 2-2 since the timeout
Second
called by
serve.
Renee Lockey. Serve was short. It'll be the second serve. Call made by Drew Kachik, the referee for this match.
Side
And a
out.
beautiful forehand by Alcova Icenogle just past Renee Lockey. It'll
Yeah.
be side
9
out.
serving 5.
He's serving 9-5. Game 1. You've got to win 2 in this championship.
Hold it. Let's replay it.
Players
Replay.
got a little tight there, had no room to swing, so that was a good call by Drew.
Tell you, wearing a
9-5.
bandage on her chin, Renee Lockey saw that racket come flying past her face, and she put her hand up and said, hold on, let's clear this out a little bit. Point for
10
Alcova.
serving 5.
10-5 right now. Alcova Icenogle, the #1 seed, serving to Renee Lockey. 2 California kids, and look at that behind the back attempt. Missed.
You know, I never ever think to do that. I mean, if it's not on one side or the other, it never occurs to me to do that kind of stuff. It always amazes me when people do that.
A short timeout call right now by Renee Lockey, and we'll call a timeout. The score now 11-5. Alcova Icenogle threatening to run away with this game 1. You can see 11-5. She's 4 points from the game 1 win. We'll pick it up right there when we come back. This great event, yours absolutely free. Back to live
11
action.
serving
It's a good look
5.
now of Alcova Icenogle. She's leading 11-5. She's the #1 seed, and at 16 years old, definitely one of the brighter stars in the game of racquetball. Right now, Lynn Adams, Renee Lockey has to start taking control, and she does by getting a side out.
She just buried that forehand right in the corner. Looks like she's a lot more confident on her forehand side than her backhand side right now.
Both times she has called a timeout, and she's the only one that has used the timeout so far. She has gotten the ball back.
Second serve.
Short on the serve. It'll be the second serve for Renee.
Well, actually, that's the point of a timeout, is to recollect your thoughts and hopefully slow down the other player and get back into the service box.
Of course, the tragedy would be if she did not
Yes.
get the ball back. There it is. Good offense.
Good pinch with her forehand.
And she gets her 6th point. She'll be serving 6-11.
6 serving 11.
Winner of this competition not only gets the crown as the National Juniors champion, qualifies for participation in the 1990 Olympic Festival in Minneapolis this month,
Side
July
out.
1990.
It's a nice pass by Alcova. And they didn't have any chance to get it back or even hitting it off the back
11
wall.
serving
So a
6.
side out, ball goes back to Alcova. And 11-6, she has a commanding lead. Renee in white forced to really let it go.
Oh,
What a beautiful
dive.
dive by Alcova.
Didn't get her
out.
anything, but it sure looked neat to see her slide across the floor like that.
Well, you know, she has commanded really this first game, and what a great comeback for Renee if she could go ahead and turn the momentum around. I'm sure that's what Alcova doesn't want to happen, hence the dive.
Renee just tried something different, a jam serve, hit it a little high, and it gave Alcova an opportunity with a forehand.
We've had 3 side outs in a row here. They're going back and forth, neither one wanting to relinquish control. There's the fourth. A side out gives the ball back to Renee Lockey. She'll be serving 6-11.
6 serving 11.
She's got to turn some of these side outs into points.
It's a BB back wall. Right down the line. Excellent choice.
Beautiful shot by Alcova. And again, Renee looks like she had a chance there with her backhand to really offensively put something on the ball, and she elected to go with a softer shot. She loves that behind the back, but she hasn't gotten it yet. A point for Alcova. 12-6 she'll be serving as we get it back, but here's the last point.
That's a sign of being very out of position. That you can't get around and hit it with your backhand, and you're just trying anything to keep the ball in play. So Alcova's got her a little confused as to where she's going to put the ball.
Side out at 12-6. The ball goes back to Renee Lockey, fighting for her life. She'll be serving 6-12.
Her life, it's not that intense.
Well,
come on now,
that's what we're using terminology here. This is sport. Tell me, I bet you in your intense competitions,
it does feel like life
feels
or death
life-threatening out
sometimes.
there. Absolutely. We're talking about a world champion caliber play that you are always involved in. Intensity is part of the winning and losing.
You bet. If you don't have it, you're not going to win a whole lot.
Good point by Renee Lockey.
She took her setup and she put it away. She didn't give Alcova a second chance, which she's been doing a lot of.
She's serving 7-12 now. Back to within 5 points. And Alcova in red, only 3 away from winning game 1. Gets the ball back, side out. Alcova now, again, 3 points away from winning game 1. Game now at 12-7. She has all 3 of her timeouts remaining. Ooh, that's coming right up here. Souvenir, I almost had it.
Shoot, I wanted it bad.
Our stats man, Tom, over here, picked it up, took it right out of my hands.
12 serving 7.
12-7. Alcova trying to get the last 3 points in game 1. Renee Lockey wanting to get the serve back. She does not get that point. And Alcova gets point 13. Now 2 points away.
Does Renee have another timeout left?
She's got 1 left. She's taking 2.
Okay.
You're looking for 1 here, I would imagine, if you have 1 left.
Oh, yes. Good get.
Point for Alcova. She couldn't quite get to it. Renee couldn't, and 14th point. 14-7.
It's a good pass, good get. She's got Renee on the run now. Renee's kind of out of position. Couldn't get that one. That was an excellent pass.
14-7. Alcova Icenogle now serving for game 1.
There's a setup. There's another setup.
Ooh, excellent rally. That'll be game 1 for Alcova Icenogle. She would not let Renee back in. Renee had a couple of excellent gets in that particular rally, but Icenogle wins game 1 15-7. And as the crowd here looks for a possible comeback for Renee, Icenogle tries to go ahead and put this one away. She wins game 1 15-7. Lynn Adams and I will be back with game 2 as we continue our coverage of this year's Junior Olympic National Championships. Can you hear me? Well, the first game was all Alcova Icenogle, 15-7, and this is a replay from that first game. Lynn?
Well, she's got Renee on the run here. Perfect down the line shot. You notice Renee was coming over anticipating a forehand, where most players, ooh, that could have been called a hinder by the referee, but he chose not to.
And this is actually the final point in game 1.
So most players will cover the large part of the court, which is why when you're up in the front part of the court area, it's better to go down the line.
So Renee Lockey couldn't get that ball back for the service. She needed it badly. Lost 15-7 in game 1. If you're Renee Lockey, as we look at her prepare, bandage and all for game 2, Lynn, what are you going to try to do to correct your game?
Well, at this point, Renee is getting lots of opportunities to make her points, but she's giving Alcova 2, 3, 4, 5 opportunities alley to put the ball away. And I don't care at what skill level you're at, whether you're playing beginning amateurs or in professional level, you give somebody that many opportunities, one time out of those 5 times they're going to hit a good shot.
So she's got to go ahead and let it all hang out and be more aggressive when she gets the chances.
She's got to go for it at this point. She has nothing to lose. She really just needs to focus on the mechanics of the game and not all the trappings of the game.
And when you look back at the 2 matches that got her in here, for Renee Lockey that is, she went to 3 games, went to a tiebreaker in both of her qualifying matches.
Yes.
And Alcova Icenogle pretty easily defeated Amy Melville in the semis, 15-2, 15-4, and had a 2-game match before that. So she hasn't been pushed to a tiebreaker. Renee Lockey really has to put all the energy into game 2 to help force that tiebreaker.
Well, that's been her pattern this tournament, is to lose the first game pretty poorly and then come back and win the next 2.
Alcova Icenogle, #1 seed, starts off serving in game 2. She won game 1, only needs 1 more win, and a skip ball gives her the point #1.
Actually, that was an okay shot attempt by Renee. She was trying for a splat pinch, and that's an aggressive shot. So she might have it in her mind that she's got to go for it at this point.
Short on the second serve attempt.
Nice backhand rollout, flat.
So Alcova gets point #2, 2-0 serving and threatening right away to make this a blowout.
Side out.
Beautiful backhand by Renee, gets a side out.
You can't call it a blowout yet at 2-0. It's
No, I
just
said
start.
threatening. Threatening.
2-0, come on.
Well, she's threatening. If she gets 5 points in a row,
Okay,
all you
then
people
you
at
can-
home, raise your right hand if you think I'm right. Renee Lockey now serving 0-2. She's in white. Alcova Icenogle in red. I would imagine if you give up an early lead in game 2 after having lost the first one, it's mentally very tough on you.
It'd be tough to come back at that point. There's a setup down the line. Nice get. Oops. Shows you what I know. I thought she got that other ball. Both times Renee went down the line, which is again is the strategic shot to hit when you're in the front court.
1 serving 2.
1 serving 2. Renee Lockey with her first point.
Hold it, screen serve.
And a
Second
screen serve called. What are the mechanics of that call?
That's when the ball passes too close to the server that the receiver doesn't have a clear view of the ball. That's considered a false serve.
Skip ball.
Ooh, she makes her first appeal.
I call the shot a skip.
Skip was called. Appeal was made by Renee Lockey.
The line judges upheld it.
She
So
loses that appeal. How many appeals are you allowed in one
Serving
game,
one.
one match? How does the appeal process work? You don't look at, you don't know. I can tell by the way you're looking at me, Lynn.
well, it's different rules in the amateur than in the pros. I think they have 5 appeals. If one of the line judges disagrees with the ref or upholds an appeal, it makes a difference as to whether it counts or not.
3 serving 1 for Alcova. Side out right there. Renee gets it back. She's down by 2 points. And we talked about the appeal process. You do have an appeal process in the game, but you cannot do it incessantly. You get a handful of appeals, and then you've used them all up.
Very clean down the line pass. Renee is also not moving her feet real well, so she's not coming out of the box and getting ready for the return of the serve, which is putting her off balance right at the start.
Alcova in red, the #1 seed, leading 3-1. Chance to get the 4th point right here.
being very aggressive,
Point.
Alcova is. She's just moving Renee all over the court.
And that's the 4th point. Here's a replay of it.
And she's going to take that backhand and just drill it cross court.
Tremendous shot. She leads 4-1.
4-1.
Alcova in red already, the winner of game 1. Short on that serve. Second serve coming up. This would do it for her if she can win this game.
She mentioned earlier that she was real glad that she was playing Renee because they're good friends. So she doesn't feel the stress as much because she has no feelings of wanting to just beat Renee the person. She just wants to win the match, which is a real good attitude going in.
Skip called. Side out. Ball goes back to Renee. She's serving 1-4. She needs some points badly. What are your options here, Lindy? But might you change your serve?
Definitely.
Since Alcova's handling it pretty easily.
At this point, I would be trying a lot of different lob kind of serves because the drive serves are not working. She's giving Alcova a lot of setups on her drive serves. She hasn't tested Alcova's forehand. There's a pass to her forehand.
Second point. She'll be serving 2-4. You know, I thought in the game 1 it looked like Renee was trying to exploit or hit the ball to Alcova's forehand. She's tried that in the middle of the game a little bit and then seemed to get away from it. So that may be in her game plan.
I think it would be smart because Alcova's backhand is real crisp and real clean. And maybe higher to Alcova's forehand would work very well. But you never know unless you try it.
Renee serving 2-4.
Like right there, she had a high shot to her forehand and gave Renee a setup, but Renee didn't take advantage.
No, 2 bounces.
2 bounces, point for Lockey. She comes back to 3-4, and she's making a move right here. Renee Lockey, the number 3 seed coming in against Alcova Icenogle in red, who at 16 is the number 1 seed in the 18 and under division here. Following the same path as Michelle Gilman, who is right now dominating everybody but Lynn Adams.
And I hope it stays that way for a little while longer.
Your days are numbered. We all know it. You know.
Thanks. Call me
She's
old.
only 19. Side out for Renee Lockey. Alcova Icenogle serving 4-3. Lynn Adams, one of the great champions in the game. And when you talk about you starting at 19, it's amazing. It really is amazing when you think at 19 here, Michelle Gilman has won probably 9 national championships. Something dramatic. You had to really learn in a hurry.
Ooh.
Play hinder.
Play hinder called.
He felt that Renee didn't have a chance to see the ball, so that's a screen within a rally, which is different than a screen on a serve.
So the score now 4-3. Ooh, ball comes flying right back to us.
Think they're mad at us?
And the ball comes out of play.
Which is a point for Alcova.
I'll tell you, that ball almost went straight back into the other court. Rocket shot. So they get things back under control here in game 2 of the Junior National Championships. We look at Alcova Icenogle. She leads right here 5-3. And when we come back, we'll pick up in game 2 action. She can ice it right here if she wins game 2. But Renee Lockey trying to come back and force a tiebreaker. Stay with us.
Serving 3.
There's a nice aerial shot from the floor of the referee's perch at the downtown YMCA in Dallas, Texas. We're in game 2 of the women's 18 and under. I guess they have to call them girls 18 and under for the Junior Olympic Championships. Renee gets the ball back. Renee Lockey in white. She's down to Alcova Icenogle.
She just made a gesture of, God, I can't believe I finally made a shot. So I think she is not with us in the head department right now. She's really struggling.
To correct that, you just need a couple points, and your head can get screwed back on, right?
That would help. Yeah, momentum can change fast. Although Alcova looks pretty calm, and not like she's worried about much of anything. She's just playing the game.
Another chance. Then it looked like Renee had a chance to pass with the backhand and did not take it.
Again, this is a very sloppy rally.
Renee comes out on top of it, though, gets her 4th point, and she goes back to within 1, 4-5. Alcoba had a chance there really to make Renee pay for that lack of challenge on the opportunity, but
well, both players are leaving up so many setups. No one is really putting the ball away until maybe a 5th setup attempt. That's kind of what I mean when I say a sloppy rally. When you're playing good racquetball, you make your shot on the first opportunity, at the most at the second opportunity. Neither player is doing that right now. It's just Alcoba is doing it sooner than Renee is.
Renee Lockey gets her 5th point. She ties it at 5-5. That is only the 2nd time she's been tied with Alcoba since the beginning of game 1, when it was 1-1. Since then, it's been Alcoba Icenogle all the way, so that has to be an emotional lift. Renee Lockey now tied at 5.
There's a setup to that high forehand.
Hold it. Replay.
That'll be a replay. Hinder call. Renee Lockey 5-5 and serving.
5 serving 5.
Have you noticed any change in her serve, Lynn?
Well, she tried that high forehand that time, and it got her the opportunity. She just, again, did not put the ball away. And now she's going straight back to what she was doing before, which is serving hard. She's had 3 shots now. 4. 5. 6. 7.
Here's her chance. And she lays it out
Point.
beautifully. Boy, that was a long rally, but she gets her 6th point and the first lead of game 2. Man, what a long rally that is, and one she had to win.
There's starting on the serve. Good get by Alcoba to keep the ball in play. Renee wasn't quite able to take advantage at that point.
This is later on in the same rally.
And here's the nice last setup, her 7th chance, and she did it. This is also part of experience of playing racquetball. Neither player has played for a whole lot of years. They're still really learning the game, learning how to compete and how to control their emotions.
(6-5). Renee Lockey.
Nice straight kill shot.
Alcoba gets the ball back. Boy, when she takes charge, she really does it with some force. Side out.
It would be interesting to see how Alcoba reacts to some pressure, because nobody's put any pressure on her yet this tournament. So it's easy to go along smoothly if you have no pressure. I want to see what she does.
And not only mentally, but she hasn't been challenged physically, going basically 2 games and 2 fairly easily games.
It's an unforced error. She had to set up and put it in the floor.
Renee Lockey hitting that from that deep in the court, Lynn. Is that a good move?
At that point, yes, because she had Alcoba way off on the left. Didn't have to make a real low kill shot to score the point. I think she was trying to be a little too precise. And she had a whole lot more room than she gave herself.
Game tied at 6. It's game 2. Alcoba Icenogle in red has already won game 1. She needs one more to ice this championship. And there is an unforced error. Renee Lockey just drills it into the floor. So she loses her 7th point.
If you look at both of their faces, you can see the whole story. Renee is very frustrated, is very tense. Her face is looking real tight, and I love watching Alcoba. I mean, she's just so calm, and she's just in there having a good time and playing hard. And looks very relaxed. Another nice shot down the line.
3 straight points here. And of course, Alcoba and her sister Rusty won the girls 18 doubles division yesterday. So she's had a little bit of Go by why she missed her time. That was a 3-game. That had a tiebreaker in it, a 3-game match. So she's had a little bit of pressure.
Timeout.
9th point for Alcova. First timeout in game 2 for Renee Lockey. She takes a timeout down by 3. She led 6-5, but then 4 straight points gives, or 3 straight gives Alcova Icenogle the 8-6 lead. That's where we'll leave it for a moment. When we come back, we'll pick up with the action of the U.S. Junior Olympic Nationals, girls 18 and under. Alcova Icenogle leading 9-6. She's already won game 1. Leif Elsmo along with Lynn Adams. And it's been 9-6 the score now. It's been 4 straight points, Lynn, ever since that long rally, that extremely long rally that Renee ended up winning, and may have taken a little something out of her because she's lost the next 4 points.
Well, also, Alcova knows what winning is about, and she knows how to dig down. She has won in the Junior Nationals the 10s, the 12s, and the 14s. So she knows what it's like to be in a championship final and to win it and to pull it out.
5th straight point for Alcova, and that's the first time after timeout that Renee has not gotten the ball back. So she is tiring, and down here, 10-6.
Good dive, good attempt. She's not letting up. She doesn't see the light at the end of the tunnel yet. She's going to push through to the end.
Alcova certainly in a chance to win this, and right here you can see how she wants to put it away right now. She wants to win this match in game 2. Renee Lockey in white serving. Alcova Icenogle, #1 seed. She leads 10-6. But Renee Lockey, if she can get a few here, will be right back in.
Nice get. Good dive.
Hold it. Playing a hinder.
Hinder call. So we'll play over Renee Lockey. Didn't like that call very much.
She's real tight in there. Good dive. And she's up fast.
It was that hit right there where she didn't want to give up the tee there and didn't want to give up that real estate, and got called for the hinder. 10-6. Actually, 6 serving 10. To be accurate.
Very clean pass.
That'll be a side out.
Serving 6.
And 10-6 the score. Alcova Icenogle 5 points away from becoming the 1990 champion.
I'm surprised he didn't call that a hinder.
He said 2 bounces, no hinder. It would be a side out. The ball will go back to Renee Lockey, who needs the ball desperately. Let's take a look.
She puts a nice down the line shot. Alcova's right there. Just really didn't have an opportunity to go to the ball.
Renee immediately looked up to referee Drew Kachik to see if he in fact was going to call the hinder. 6 serving 10.
It was a good rally.
Well, Renee couldn't have hit it in any worse spot. She hit the ball back. Alcova out of position, but she hit it right to her and then ends up giving the ball back. Side out. She had an opportunity there early on when Alcova was right up against the wall,
yes,
backpedaling, and she hit it right to her. Let's see if we can find it. Right here, backpedaling.
And here's a, well, she really didn't have much of an opportunity to do something offensive with the ball there. But she certainly did there. And it's just a matter of not moving her feet, and that usually starts with your brain. When you're a little frustrated and a little foggy, your feet don't go.
Alcova in red serving 10-6. She won game 1. It's been 4 straight side outs before this point, point 11. And she is really wearing away at Renee Lockey. Good look there, Alcova Icenogle. Only 16 years old.
11 serving 6.
From Auburn, California.
California's a great place. Produces good racquetball players. Nice shot.
Well, you're a little biased on the California thing, aren't you?
Oh, no.
Having your home out there in Costa Mesa? No? Yes?
Well, it's a good breeding area for tough racquetball players. That's what I figure.
3 walls.
It's a 3-wall serve. You can only hit 2 walls on a serve before the ball hits the floor and then can hit another wall.
skip call. Point for Alcova.
And he's also forgetting her timeouts at this point. If you lose a game, you should see on the scorecard that you have used all 3 of your timeouts. Otherwise, you're not using a really nice strategic weapon that's been given to you.
At 13-6, I'm surprised you didn't call him there, and that's what you meant, I'm sure, about losing a track of your timeouts. But you've got 2 points away from being eliminated. You've got to go ahead and take that timeout. Try to change momentum.
There's a hinder.
Hinder call there. Looks like a little bit of fatigue setting in for Renee Lockey. And there again is Drew Patrick.
Drew had a real good tournament at the Houston AARA Nationals, win 11-10 with Tim Doyle, who ended up winning it in the semis. Played real tough ball.
And that good match, or that good series in Houston, made him a member of the U.S. team. Timeout called by Renee Lockey. And just moments before she is going to be forced with possible elimination, she calls her timeout. It's her second timeout of the second game. She took one when the score was 9-6. And there, as we look at Alcova Icenogle, trying to make sure she keeps focused on the win. She's got it well within sight, well within reach, winning the first game 15-7, and a commanding lead here in game 2. Look, she doesn't even want to calm down. She wants to keep loose, and that's a good tactic. We'll take a short break. And Alcova Icenogle moments away from a possible win in the women's 18 and under. Now at championship point, a good look at Alcova Icenogle. 1 point away. This is match point. And Lynn, she seems very focused.
Oh, yes. It wouldn't surprise me if she wins on this particular rally.
First serve was short, though.
There it is.
And she puts it away. 10 straight points for Alcova Icenogle. She wins 15-6 after winning the first game 15-7. And I'm telling you, Lynn, she really just went right through Renee, and it seemed like the point in the match that really turned it over was when it was 6-6. Or actually 6-5, and it was a huge long rally by Renee that seemed to take something out of her. 10 straight points for Alcova. We'll be back.